What's good? What's cracking? It's your girl, Toquise Jones, a.k.a. Killer Queen T, a.k.a. Blackout T.A. Okay. We got some normal stuff. You know, of course, you got some dumbass me. We got some of the tick. Well, I want to do the tick or do I want to do store a little? We're going to do both. Screw it. We is almost over the tick. The tick is almost about to leave us, y'all. But in the meantime, between time, we're going to enjoy that company while they're here. But I'm so thirsty for my question of the day. Y'all don't think I'm slow. Well, we did 8. Did we do 9? What's 9? 9 is to make easy. We did that.
Did we do this?
Okay. But we on part 2 of 9 because I split up in 2 parts. So, over the next couple of days, I tried to avoid Celia, the housekeeper. I thought she would have claimed I raped her. To my surprise, she acted as if nothing ever happened. That was the best possible scenario. New Orleans was a very enjoyable time for me and Alexis. Time spent away from the children, and other distractions always seemed to bring us closer. If I could only shake my desire to be with other women, our relationship would have been perfect. Justin, I miss my children. I miss them too. You know they are going to be really spoiled when we pick them up. They really love your mother. Yeah, they do. We'll leave in a couple of days, I said. Mommy? We'll be with them soon enough. 48 hours is not a long time. Besides, I called them every day. I just missed them, that's all, Alexis said, looking at a photo of the children. I know, baby. I miss them too. Justin, let's go to the bar. Okay? Okay, baby, whenever you're ready. Mommy? Alexis always had a drink and cleaned the house when she was depressed. If we were home, the entire house would be spotless. That was a sure sign that something was bothering her. Since we were not home, her only option was to drink. I never said anything. I just played along. It only took 2 drinks to turn that soft-spoken woman to a flaming shit talker. Come on, let's go down to the bar. I hugged my wife and told her we would leave tomorrow. Thanks, Justin. I love you. I really enjoyed our trip. You're so nice to me. I just missed the kids. Shh. I understand. Let's go get another drink. Let's go get that drink. Okay, so... So, of course, we're going to go to chapter 10. We ain't going to do the whole chapter. I'm being petty now. The next day, we checked out and returned. Chapter 10, the Rosca. The next day, we checked out and returned to Atlanta to pick up the children. Alexis really missed them. I was anxious to return, too. I had some unfinished business to take care of. Call your mother and let her know that we're coming back early. We'll just show up and surprise everyone. They won't expect us this early. I know the children are probably getting on her nerves by now. I doubt that. She'll just put them back in line quick. They know better. You're right. I'm going to check out. I'll meet you downstairs. I'll send someone up for the luggage. Okay, baby. I'll meet you in the lobby. I walked out of the room to the elevator. The elevator doors open, and there stood Celia, the housekeeper. Going down? She asked. I stepped in the elevator. I just gave her a hard step. I was in no mood to entertain her. You leaving so soon? I thought I could get something before you left. She moved closer to me and ran her her ebony hands across my lips, then the side of my face. Are you going to miss me, she asked. I grabbed her hand and moved them from my face. I answered dryly. I'm going to miss everything about you. Think about me. The elevator doors opened before she could respond. We both stepped out at the same time, and I walked to the counter without looking her way. May I help you? Yes, I'm checking out of room 1155. Is everything okay? We have you scheduled to check out in 2 days. Yes, everything was fine. However, I'm checking out today. Please send someone to the room to retrieve the luggage. We'll be at the Conjuring Gene waiting for the limo service to the airport. Why the wait, Mr. Drake? I settled up with the hotel. I was sure to leave Celia, the housekeeper, a sizable tip. Maybe she'll continue to keep her mouth shut. I decided to have my drink while I waited for Alexis to come down. The bartender came over. What will you have? Vodka, I said. I rotated the bar stool so I could see Alexis when she exited the elevator. Here you are, sir. Vodka. That'll be $10. I gave the bartender a 20 and walked toward Alexis, who seems to be having trouble adjusting her slip dress. Is everything okay, I asked? Yeah, everything's good. The bellhop took care of everything. Great. Do you want a drink before we leave? No, just give me a sip of yours. Alexis took the glass from me and turned up my drink. Damn, girl, you got a deep throat. I know, that's why you married me. True, are you ready, baby? Yeah, let's go. I signaled to the bellhop that we were ready. He loaded the luggage into the limo. I went to tip the bellhop when he informed me Mrs. Drake had already taken care of him. Sounded like one of my lines. But I had no time to dwell on that. My mind was on other pressing issues. So did you enjoy your stay? I asked Alexis. I loved it, baby. You know I did. This was just the brief vacation we needed. I enjoyed you too, love. I leaned over and kissed Alexis on her peach-colored lips. We arrived at the airport and took the next flight out. I don't know. Are we upset because he screwed Celia? He screwed Celia? I don't know. I don't know. I might be able to come back. I don't know. Ooh, I could've. Hold on. I can't. I still can. I really think you should phone ahead to let your mother know we're here. No, I want to surprise the kids. I hailed the taxi. 2002 Stone Mountain Road, I said to the taxi driver. Yes, sir, right away. The taxi driver got out of the car and put the bags in the trunk. I opened the back door for my wife, and we were on our way to Mom's house. I wonder what the children are up to, Alexis asked. Just being kids, probably. I hope they like the gifts. You know they will. Video games, they love it. We arrived at my mother's house about 30 minutes later. 4635, the cab driver said. Damn, you sure that's right? We exited the taxi. The driver opened the trunk and placed our luggage on the curb. Here you are. I gave the taxi driver $46.35 since the trip was actually $35. He trying to come up, I thought to myself. Thanks, said the driver as he hit the curb when driving off. Alexis, go up to the house and ask the kids to come grab some of the luggage. Okay, baby, Alexis walked up to the house and rang the bell. Do you think anyone's home? Alexis asked, trying to look through the windows. As we exchanged words, my mother came out to the door. Hey, she said with a very surprised look on her face. I didn't expect you all to return so soon. Hey, Mama, I yelled from the street. Tell Logan and Lauren to come out here. Are the kids in the backyard? Alexis asked. Kids, Mama's back. Where are you guys? Are you all hiding? Come give me a hug. I miss you. Alexis was yelling at this point while walking through the house. By this time, I managed to drag all the luggage into the house. Maybe I should have tipped the driver. My Louis luggage was taking a beating. Hey, Mama. I bent down to get her a kiss on the cheek. What's wrong? I asked. The kids is at the daddy house. The kids is at the granddaddy house, y'all. The kids is at the damn granddaddy house. And he done came back and called his damn mama. Oh. She had a trouble look on her face. Mommy, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with the kids? She didn't answer. She just held her head down, looking at the floor. Logan, Lauren, get out here right now. I yelled, holding my mother's hand. Honey, I can't find the kids anywhere. Miss Sylvia, where are my kids? Alexis inquired, sounding very concerned. Mom, are the kids okay? I said in a very calm voice. Alexis began to panic. Her hands were covering her mouth as tears began to flow. Mom, where are the children? There was a moment of silence, then she seemed to abruptly break out of her momentary coma. Alexis was staring intensely at me as we awaited my mother's response. Son, yes, Mom. I took the kids. She paused and began to cry. It's okay, Mama. Tell us. You took the kids where? I took the kids to spend the day with your father. I didn't think you would be back so soon. I was relieved the kids were okay. The way my mom behaved led me to think the worst. Alexis also displayed a sigh of relief. She walked over and leaned against my body. The relief I felt was quickly replaced by anger. My children are well? I took them to spend the day with your father. I looked at my mother in disgust. Alexis was still leaning against me. She quickly wrapped her arms around me and squeezed me gently. Alexis said in a soft tone, Justin, look at me. Calm down, baby. Let me go. No, baby, calm down. Alexis, let me go. Mom, give me the keys to your car. Where are you going to go? My mother asked. I'm going to get my children. I asked you not to take them over there. I begged you, and you did it anyway. Those are my children. Where are your keys? Justin, I'm coming with you. I don't want you to do anything foolish. And then you shouldn't have took my fucking kids over there. He begged her. Like, he begged. And the bitch still did it. That's why you don't... My mother finally went to her pocket and pulled out the keys. Foolish. The only one that has done something foolish is you. My mother drew back her hand and slapped me across the face. Ooh! Don't talk to me that way. I see things are still the same. You still defending Henry. Don't take it out on me. I looked at Alexis. Get your shit. We leaving. Call a taxi. I threw the keys to my mother's car on the kitchen counter. I went upstairs to the room where my kids' luggage was. My mother's right on my heels. What are you doing? My mother asked. I'm getting my kids things. So once I get them from Henry's, we're going straight to the airport. Don't do this, son. Don't leave like this. Don't do it like what, Mom? You did it, Mom. Not me. You. Don't leave like this, Justin. I'll take you, son. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just want things to be right for everyone. I just want things to be right. My mother was crying on both my hands, shaking her head. I was mad. Mad as hell. But I couldn't stand to see her hurt. Hurt over something that Henry had a hand in. It was my childhood all over again. It's okay, Mommy. Take me to get my children. Okay, son. Okay. My mother walked out the room wiping her face. I'm going to the restroom to get myself cleaned up. I'll be ready in a minute. Nope. See, she playing. She playing. Okay, Mama. Alexis, come here. She walks to the room. Yes, Justin. Help me get all the kids' toys together. We're leaving. Justin, don't leave your mother like this. What am I supposed to do, Alexis, huh? Tell me, because I could really use some help here. I don't know, baby. I know you're hurt. But consider your mother. No, because if his mother considered him, then they wouldn't be having this conversation because she would have listened and she wouldn't took him over there to the damn daddy house, to the granddaddy house. I hear you, baby. I hear you. I stopped and hugged Alexis. She was right. I did not want my personal feelings for Henry to ruin the relationship I had with my mother. I'll finish getting the children's things, and you go talk to your mother. Okay. I looked at Alexis and smiled. She was always more rational than me. I walked to the bathroom and knocked on the door. Mama, are you okay? Yes, I'll be out in a minute. I just want to let you know that I love you and everything is okay. And if I said anything that hurt you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. The door opened slowly. My mother emerged with bloodshot eyes from the tears. There's nothing to forgive, son. Are you ready? Yes, we're ready. I returned to the room and found Alexis biting her nails. What's wrong? I just want to go home. Me, you, and our babies. I just want to go home. Okay, baby, as soon as we pick up the kids. Just promise me that you'll control yourself when you see your father. I hear you. I know you hear me. Promise me. Let's go. Mom's waiting. The ride over to Henry's was very quiet. You could feel the tension in the air. No one said a word. We pulled up to the house I grew up in. It was a shame to see how he let the place go. Mom, look at this place. How? Alexis quickly cut me off to avoid another scene between me and my mom. I got out the car, slammed the door, and went to the front of the house. I paused for a second to calm myself and pray. I looked back at Alexis. I motioned for her to come with me. I felt like this shit was about to get ugly. Alexis stepped out of the car. I stepped up to the porch and knocked on the door. Who is it? A man's voice sounded in reply. Justin Drake. I could hear the kids screaming from excitement of hearing my voice. The door opened and the kids flew out and wrapped themselves around my legs. Daddy, Daddy, what did you bring us? In a minute, say hello to your mother. I gestured in the direction of Alexis. Mommy, Mommy, the kids ran to Alexis. I watched the kids and Alexis embrace and kissing one another. It was nice to see them safe. My feelings of love for my family were interrupted by what seemed to be the voice of the devil. Hello, son. Son? I'm your son now? I turned slowly, facing the man who called himself my father. Grow up, Justin. Grow up? I'm as grown as you. Grow up? I've been growing a long time. Grow up? Nigga, catch up. What you call me? What did you hear? If you heard it, I said it. I won't allow you to disrespect me. I'm still your father. Father? Respect? You just the Rasta man. You ain't never been a father. Now, you over here playing grandpa? Nigga, please. Get out of my house. Henry pointed at the door. Your house? Man, this ain't your house. This is my mama's house. Fuck this house. Henry clenched his teeth and balled up his fist. What you gonna do? You better unball your fist and fix your face, old man. I'm not that little boy you used to beat on. Get out my house. Yeah, whatever, Henry. Nice to see you again, Daddy. I backed out of the house, leaving the door open. I walked to the car and got in. Alexis was already ushering the children into the car. My mother never bothered to get out. We drove off slowly. Daddy, Grandpa bought us some toys. Can we go back and get them? Let Grandpa keep them, baby, so he'll always have something to remember you by. We went straight to the airport to catch a flight. I assured my mother that everything was fine between us and that I loved her. We embraced and I went into the terminal. Damn. On to the next. I don't think we're gonna be able to do one of the, but we gonna say do one. So this question was brought to you by one of the many people inside of me. Yes. Because I was seeing something, I was reading something, and then I was like, okay. And then I was out, and then it took me back to thinking about some of the stories I wrote. And in the stories I wrote, I always made it seem like pride was one of those things that you could just, like it was something in you that you would just give away. And then when you needed it again, you just took it from somebody else. And that sounds petty. But I'm like, Are you born with self-respect? Let me go ask Google. Are you born with self-respect? That's what I said. Let me go ask Google. That's what one of the selves in me said. Let me go. Let me go ask Google. So I went over there and I asked Google. And apparently, I flipped too many pages. But self-esteem is a child's... But, let me tell y'all this. Side note. Google is worse than fucking people. You know how you have a conversation with somebody and they tell you that, okay, so you having a conversation with somebody and they be like, oh my God, you shouldn't wear blue because blue is this and blue is that, and it don't make no sense. And then they turn around and be like, you know what? And then they tell somebody else, like, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with blue. It's like the color of the sky. And you sitting there thinking to yourself, but didn't you just tell me like that the blue has something to do with the devil and darkness and deep in the woods and what? Google is like that. They don't know if they want to be for it or against it. So anyway, Google started off by saying self-esteem as a child's overall sense of worth or personal value. It describes the way they feel about themselves. A child is not born with high or low self-esteem. They have to learn how to feel good about themselves. So at this point, so Google was like, hey, you are not born with it. You don't just come out the womb like, yeah, got that self-esteem. Hey! You're kind of on a low. Everything gets on you. That low key explains why, but wouldn't that be low self-esteem? Because that'll explain why kids are always crying because they really don't understand. Okay, but then they said self-esteem rises around 4 and 11 as children develop socially and gain sense of independence. And then levels seem to plateau but not decline in their teenage years. So they go up a little more, but not too much, but they don't do too much. Okay, so what triggers low self-esteem? Because, I told y'all, Google gets to be on that shit where they be like, all right, we might not have your answer to your question, but people ask these type of questions. So maybe these answers will go with this one. That's what Google be on. So there's like, what triggers low self-esteem? Unhappy childhood, where people were extremely critical or poor academic performance in school resulting in a lack of confidence. And then I was like, maybe that's why I always thought that like self-esteem, pride, your ego. This is why I always thought like this. It's instantly a part of you because like shit. That's all I've seen is like high self-esteem all around me. And motherfuckers with big ass egos and inflated pride. That's all the fuck I've seen around me. So it's like, when shit started happening and it was going left, when shit started rocking the boat and it was going left, I would start feeling like, oh shit, I am lowering my self-esteem, or I'm lowering my pride by dealing with this bullshit that I know for a fact I shouldn't deal with. You know what I'm saying? So, shouts out to my mom for being an amazing mom, and my dad for being an amazing dad because he was an amazing dad. But then I was like, is pride and self-esteem the same thing? So then they said pride is an overflow of feeling good or right without regard to feeling bad or wrong. So what they say in pride is pride is a form of self. So, okay, low self-esteem is a part of self-centeredness, and that is a form of pride. So while self-esteem and pride are not the same, having too much pride is the same thing as having low self-esteem. A motherfucker's gonna be like, what? Yes. Having too much pride would mean, because having too much pride means that when you were wrong, you don't admit you are wrong because your pride won't let you do it. Which means low key you have low self-esteem. And if you think about it, there is so much shit that if you have too much of, that it somehow not becomes a good thing. And having too much pride is like having too much self-esteem, which low-key makes you have a low self-esteem. It's like a negative plus a negative. It's like a positive plus a negative. A positive plus a negative is always going to end up being a negative, right? Is the negative is higher? So, of course, as I was searching, you know, they was like, what about the Bible folks? What about the Bible folks? So, of course, we got Proverbs 11:2 for y'all. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the low is wisdom. So that goes back to you want to have pride, but you also want to not have too much pride. You want to have pride, but you also want to admit when you fuck up. So that brings you wisdom. So if you have the good, what they're saying is if you have the perfect right amount of self-esteem and pride, then you have, boom, at the end of the day, what you was granted with is wisdom. So now moving on. Now we know you got a little wisdom up in you. A little wisdom. Wisdom. We're going to go on over here to the tick. I felt like I got deep right there at the end. Right, I'm now on the tick. Remember, we had got found out by the ninjas, and then we went and told the big man about him. Cause this tick, he got us. Even as we speak. Our ninjas surround Othedius' mansion in Julius' disguise as a hedge. Really, we're a hedge. Move along. We're a hedge. Move along. Please move along. How odd. I don't recall having a hedge in the front yard, Amanda. Terribly sorry, dear. My mistake. And speaking of your mistake, where is Othedius? She had better be back in time for this evening's party. And wouldn't it look good to have her stumbling late? Of course, dearest. Ever since she started taking those ninjutsu lessons, she's been uncontrollable. I think it's been good for her. Really, Reginald, the last thing this world needs is another ninja. Ninja surrounding our house, disguised as a head. Ingenious. What are they doing there? Waiting for me? They want the throne of oblivion. Have you got the throne of oblivion? No, I have the throne of oblivion. It's some kind of sacred ninja artifact. I stole it from them. And now I got to get it into my house and pick it up. Well, let's go beat up that hedge then. No, we can't let them see us. Follow me. She said, no. I use this to sneak out of the estate at night. Neat. How does it work? Like this. Damn, she about to fall. She slipped. She was walking and she slipped. Oh, Thetis. We have you now, Adidas. Look, a pinata. So, is he gonna say her? Yep, yay, the tick did something good. Okay, he destroys her window. How the hell did I do that? That was great. You were heroic. Really? Quick, cut that line. Here's a dime. Go call district manager for further instructions. We have her now. Gotta go get that run. Huff, screech. Bump. Ooh. Oh, dear. I think I ran over ninja back there. Well, keep driving. We're late as it is. I mean, it's not like we hit a collie or anything. I guess you're right. Damn. They cut the line. We're trapped. Wow, I didn't know ninjas could become invincible. Look, they can kill a guy with their index finger. Can you do that? I guess so. Ninjas can breathe underwater. They can dodge bullets at point-blank range. They go outside of buildings. They can install telephones. Tick. Don't you want to ask me why I stole the throne of oblivion? Who our Sing is? Or how I became a ninja in the first place? What? Alright, it's a long story, but I'll try. Sing was once the leader of ninja operations in America. Under his control, the ninja were an elite force of infiltrators and assassins. But Sing grew old and was overthrown by a younger, slower, less skilled trainee with a good business sense. This new district manager exposed the ninja to the American public and made them into a cheap tourist attraction. And they went over big. The ninja became cheapened. They weren't filled with incompetence. Don't we get to using guns? Ouch, I gotta hang now. Wow. Sing was disgusted with this new breed. He vowed to rid the world of this dishonorable ninja and would sacrifice all ninjas to achieve his aim. He was too old to carry out his plan, and that's why I came in. I just took up ninjutsu because it was something to do. I was supposed to roll in ballet, but this looked more exciting. I studied and trained for almost 3 weeks. And when Shing thought I was ready, he planted me into the ninja clan. He wanted me to steal the throne of abbreviation, and when I got the chance, I did just that. And that's how I got to where I am today. It says here the ninja can read people's minds. God, I never knew they could do so much. I thought they just hung around airports and got sucked up into jet engines. Yeah, well, now I have to get the throne and bring it back to Sheen. That's if he's still alive. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, what about the thorn thing? Does it have any secret superpowers? Sheen thinks so. Here it is. It's supposed to hold the souls of all true ninja, the very essence of their being. It looks like a giant piece of candy corn. This is out there. What are they waiting for? What are we waiting for? We're waiting for that fool to return with district manager orders to attack. Should have been back by now. Guards, someone's coming. Should we let them in? Of course we'll let them in. But no one will leave here alive. Does this include us? The guests are arriving. Consola, get the horse there is ready. August, the front door. Ready to get in there. Where is the useless daughter of yours? Damn it, I forgot all about Amanda's party today. How? Now what are we going to do? Let's go beat up that hedge. We can't have a fight here. Innocent people could get hurt. My dad could get hurt. My stepmom could get killed. No, we got to get out of here. We'll pretend to be guests and sneak out. I'll put on my dinner dress. And we'll have to find something for you. Read. This should fit you. It belongs to Lurch, our old butler. Okay. So he gonna, oh, snaps. Oh, this is ridiculous. We can't wait no longer. You, go find that fool. Say, you don't look anything like a hedge. Oh, yeah, well, you don't either. I hope this wraps up soon. The outfit's on tonight. And then we got, I don't want to do my solo. I'm got to do my solo. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I think I'm on 8. I'm sorry. Am I on 8? No. Where am I? Yeah. We on Margot. Chapter 8, Margot. Because he was so small, Stuart was often hard to find around the house. His father and his mother and his brother George Solomon could locate him by looking for him. Usually had to call him, and the house often echoed with cries of Stuart, Stuart. You would come into a room and he might be curled up in a chair, but you wouldn't see him. Mr. Little was in constant fear of losing him and never finding him again. He even made him a tiny red cap, such as the hunters wear, so that he would be easier to see. One day when he was 7 years old, Stuart was in the kitchen watching his mother make tzatziki pudding. He was feeling hungry, and when Mrs. Little opened the door of an electric refrigerator to get something, Stuart slipped aside to see if he could find a piece of cheese. He supposed, of course, his mother had seen him, and when the door swung shut and he realized he was locked in, it surprised him greatly. Help, he called. It's dark in here. It's cold in this refrigerator. Help, let me out. I'm getting colder by the minute. But his voice was not strong enough to penetrate through the thick wall. In the darkness, he stumbled and fell into a saucer of prunes. The juice was cold. Stuart shivered and his teeth clattered together. It wasn't until half an hour later that Mrs. Little opened the door and found him standing on the butter plate, beating his arms together to try to keep warm, and blowing on his hands and hopping up and down. Mercy, she cried. Stuart, my poor little babe. Boy, how about a nip of brandy, said Stuart. I'm chilled to the bone. But his mother made him some hot broth instead and put him to bed in his cigarette box with a doll's hot water bottle against his feet. Even so, Stuart caught a bad cold, and this turned into bronchitis, and Stuart had to stay in bed for almost 2 weeks. During his illness, the other members of the family were extremely kind to Stuart. Miss Little played tic-tac-toe with him. George made him a soap bubble pipe and a bow and arrow. Mr. Little made him a pair of ice skates out of 2 paper clips. One cold afternoon, Mrs. Little was shaking her desk cloth out of the window when she noticed a small bird lying on the window sill, apparently dead. She brought it in and put it near the radiator, and in a short while it fluttered its wings and opened its eyes. It was a pretty little hen bird, brown with a streak of yellow on her breast. The Littles didn't agree on what kind of bird she was. She's a wall-eyed Virgo, said George scientifically. I think she's more like a young Ween, said Mr. Little. Anyway, they fixed a place for her in the living room and fed her and gave her a cup of water. Soon she felt much better and went hopping around the house, examining everything with the greatest care and interest. Presently, she hopped upstairs into Stuart's room where he was lying in bed. "Hello," said Stuart. "Who are you? Where did you come from?" "My name is Margot," said the bird softly in a musical voice. "I come from fields once tarred with wheat, from pastures deep in fern and thistle. I come from vales of meadowsweet, and I love to whistle." Stuart sat bolt right up in bed. "Say that again," he said. "I can't," replied Margot. "I have a sore throat." "So have I," said Stuart. "I got bronchitis. You better not get too close to me. You might catch it." "I'll stay right here by the door," said Margot. "You could use some of our garbage if you want to," said Stuart. "And here are some nose drops, and I have plenty of Kleenex." "Thank you very much. You are very kind," replied the bird. "Did you take your temperatures?" asked Stuart, who's been to be genuinely worried about his new friend's health. "No," said Margot, "but I don't think it would be necessary." "Well, we better make sure," said Stuart, "because I would hate to have anything happen to you." "Elijah, you want to say bye to the people? Better come on." Like, comment, don't subscribe, but just like and comment. That's all we need from you, is for you to like and comment. Now, if you don't like and comment, we will break into your house, steal everything, steal all your furniture, steal all your money, and leave your credit cards. We will leave your TV, and we're going to put it on Quiz Plus Elijah, and put all our videos on your playlist. So the only thing you're going to be able to watch is us. Get your life together. Anything else you want to say? He agrees with me.